Okay, I wanted to explain a little bit more. Ricky, I hope that we're friends. I feel like we're friends because I talk to you a lot, but I tend to move quickly in relationships. So you can tell me if I'm doing too much. Anyway, so the American economy has people struggling to eat and to live. So a lot of people want to maintain their income and live in Panama where they can afford to live the life they've already been living. Most people that I see that move, and most women that move into Panamanian neighborhoods and work Panamanian jobs, and I don't even know any, but I'm talking about like Mexico, because that's the people I know. They move there because their spouse is from that city. And so, actually, I do know one black lady that lives among the locals with her husband, who she met in college in the States. So that's one brand. If they have a man, they'll move into those situations. A lot of times they want to maintain or elevate their lifestyle. So, yes, it is possible for people to do this, but when we're talking about the people that are reaching out to me, they're not going to want to get paid so little and change their lifestyle. So, we had a company in the United States called Blackstone, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that went through and bought a bunch of houses and a bunch of apartments and then raised the rent across the country. So now Americans can't afford to live there. We also have a minimum wage. Well, let me say this. So my first apartment in Aurora, Colorado was a two-bed, two-bath with a roommate. It was $600 a month. That same apartment is $2,500 a month now. No amenities, like nothing special. $2,500. That can get people in Panama a really nice place in Costa del Este or Punta Pacifica. So that's what they're trying, their baseline is. Now, we have a minimum wage in the United States, but what happens is the government will raise the minimum wage because we need to help the poor, and businesses just say, okay, we're going to raise the price of everything else. So what ends up happening is the middle class keeps getting smaller because they make above the minimum wage, and now everything is more expensive. Poor people or people who are living, around the poverty line are still in the same amount of poverty because that raised it doesn't cover the amount that food is more expensive, clothes is more expensive, the cost of living is more expensive. And you may even see people praising China because China tells their companies you can't keep pricing out the locals. They need to be able to afford these things. They made food a right. Food is not a right in the United States. Our government does not care if you can afford to eat. So I'm just educating. That's it.